Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving straight into what is, without a doubt, the single greatest unsolved mystery in FBI history. If you're a focused learner who loves getting right to the facts, you are in the perfect place. We're going to break down the legend of the ghost in the sky step by step, taking a fresh look at a case that has absolutely baffled investigators for over 50 years. Let's get right into it. Okay, picture this. It's November 24th, 1971. You're at Portland International Airport. It's a cold, miserable, rainy evening. The terminal is buzzing with typical traveler chaos. And right in the middle of all that, a completely ordinary-looking guy walks up to the ticket counter carrying a black briefcase. To literally anyone watching, he's just another businessman heading home. But by the end of this very night, he would become an absolute phantom.
Section 1. A one-way ticket.
Think about the profile of this guy. He was wearing a dark suit, a black tie, some sunglasses, and he bought a simple one-way ticket to Seattle. You know what's crazy about this? It's how entirely unremarkable he was. I mean, he was dressed like half the guys traveling for business back in the 1970s. It was literally the perfect camouflage for the wild crime he was about to pull off. He completely blended in, raised exactly 0 red flags, and just walked right onto that plane.
Section 2. The black briefcase.
So, shortly after takeoff, this quiet, unassuming passenger hands a folded note to a flight attendant. At first, she totally ignores it. She just assumed he was, trying to flirt and pass her his number. But then he leans in and delivers a line that changed aviation history forever. He said, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." Just like that, a routine flight turned into a terrifying hostage situation. And to prove he wasn't just bluffing, Cooper calmly pops open that black briefcase. The flight attendant looks inside, and it wasn't business paperwork. It was a chilling visual, red cylinders that looked exactly like dynamite, all hooked up together by a messy tangle of wires. The threat was incredibly real, and it was sitting right there in the passenger cabin. The demands he gave the crew were super specific. He wanted $200,000 in $20 bills, which, to put that into perspective, was a massive fortune back then. And he wanted 4 parachutes. And these stakes? Totally non-negotiable. He made it crystal clear that if the FBI didn't play ball, he was going to blow the plane right out of the sky. So how did this actually play out? The flight originally took off from Portland, but Cooper forced it to land in Seattle so the FBI could meet those demands. Once they brought the money and the parachutes on board, Cooper actually let all the civilian passengers go. But the nightmare wasn't over. He kept the flight crew captive and ordered them back into the air, demanding they change the flight path and head south toward Mexico.
Section 3. A leap into darkness.
Now, think about what was going on outside the aircraft at this point, because it really highlights just how insane and audacious this escape plan was. The weather was absolutely brutal. We're talking freezing rain, violent winds, and pitch-black darkness. Honestly, it was a total nightmare scenario for anyone outside that cabin. But against all logic, and defying all basic survival instincts, Cooper actually did it. While the plane was roaring through this massive storm, he strapped that $200,000 in ransom cash to his body, forced the rear staircase of the aircraft to be lowered mid-flight, and just plunged straight into the freezing, pitch-black night. Boom. Vanished.
Section 4. The Great Manhunt. You can only imagine the utter chaos this caused on the ground. A guy had just hijacked a commercial airliner and essentially evaporated into thin air. The FBI immediately launched one of the most intense and expensive manhunts in American history. They had helicopters endlessly sweeping over dense forests, search dogs scouring the rugged terrain, and literally thousands of agents deployed. They were completely desperate to find any trace of this skyjacker.
But consider this stark contrast. On one hand, you have this massive, ridiculously expensive nationwide FBI dragnet. And on the other hand, what did they actually find? Absolutely nothing. No parachute, no body, not a single trace whatsoever. It was like D.B. Cooper just dissolved into the freezing rain. For years, the FBI had a completely empty file when it came to physical evidence from the jump.
Section 5. An enduring mystery.
Now, let's fast forward almost a whole decade to 1980. The trail had gone completely cold, right? Until a young boy, just out digging in the dirt on a riverbank, makes a completely shocking discovery.
Buried just under the sand, he pulls up 3 bundles of decaying $20 bills. And when the FBI analyzed it, the serial numbers on that rotting cash perfectly matched D.B. Cooper's ransom money. This one discovery just poured gasoline on the fire.
Did he survive that crazy jump, bury the money to hide it, and then somehow lose track of it? Or did he die on impact in the freezing wilderness and the money just washed down the river over the years?
Despite that one massive, tantalizing clue, the trail eventually went ice cold all over again. Then came 2016. That was the year the FBI officially closed the books on the D.B. Cooper case, cementing the legend of the ghost in the sky as a mystery that might just stay completely unsolved forever.
Which leaves us with the ultimate haunting question. Did D.B. Cooper actually survive the jump? Think about the facts we just went over. The brutal weather, the lack of a body, that decaying money found years later. What do you think really happened out there in the dark? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to read them, and make sure to subscribe to Veiled Truths for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating mysteries. See you next time.